Yeah, it was great. That's been a great addition for us. You know, Andre is a really good downhill runner. And, you know, the big thing with the pistol is, you know, allows us to really set those double teams up front and slow the backers down, slow the flow down, and you know, as opposed to not having that element in your offense. And we'll still do some offset stuff, but not having that element where everything was you know, a little bit more lateral and a little bit more flow. You know, that philosophy is more trying to create distortion in the running lanes and hit the space. Not quite, can't hold those double teams quite as long. But when you're in the pistol, that's the thing that we learned is, you know, it really allows you to get downhill better and quicker. And with a back like Andre, I think it's very beneficial for him.
Coach, you've done this a time or two now. What's it like, that home opener, that moment when you're just looking out at the crowd and about to storm the field?
It's awesome. It never gets old. It's special. It's just a privilege that I don't take for granted. You know, to be able to lead the team here at Clemson, but in particular here at home in a home game. It's just an unbelievable opportunity every time you get to do it, and you know, I'm just excited to be back home for the next couple of weeks. Again, hopefully our fans will be excited to see their Tigers playing at home and come out and you know, give us great support, make it a great environment. I think everybody's going to love what they've done here. The Jumbotrons are great. You know, they put the big new one in, which is an awesome addition, much needed. And then they put two other ones kind of on the side of the west zone, and put the whatever the things are called, the ribbon all the way down both sides of the upper decks. It looks great. They put some signs up. They put up the ACC championships, division championships. They've done a lot of things aesthetically to really make it even better. So it should be a great day, and look forward to, again, just kind of getting back together with 85,000 of our best friends.
Dabo, when did you and your staff really become curious about the store and want to explore it?
Last year, we actually fiddled around with it before we ever went out to Nevada. We just didn't have enough answers. You know, there's just certain things that we just didn't have the answers to that we needed to you know, that's why we go out there. They've been doing it for a long time. And you know, a lot of times people will come to us because of certain things that we do because we've got answers to it. And that's just what you do. You try to, if you're gonna do something, you want to sit down and study with people that have experience in doing it, and hopefully avoid some headaches based on their knowledge. So that was a great trip, and you know, as was the Oklahoma State trip. And you know, a lot of times you may not go somewhere, people may come here, and it's the same thing. You know, just swapping knowledge any chance you get. We actually messed with that a year ago. We actually did it a little bit when Billy was here. Billy was a pistol time. Not a lot, but a little bit.
Were there any communication gaps?
Communication?
Yeah, there were a couple times people like maybe were caught a little slow.
No, I thought we communicated pretty good. We just missed the line a few times. And that was more some things on the back end. But I thought the communication was pretty good. They weren't a fast tempo team. We'll be challenged this week. This is going to be a different animal. These guys are wide open. They will snap the ball. They also will do a lot. Ball State will do a lot of checking. You know, go, 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 look. And maybe they're saying run it, run it, run it, or they're going to check it. You know, so there'll be a mixture of things that we'll see from these guys. But we will be challenged. This is a big week for our scout teams. You know, we're probably going to do 2 huddles over on our scout team, scout offense, and you know, just try to rapid fire and really stress those guys. Now, the good thing for our defense is, you know, they just spent a whole month practicing against our offense, and you know how we play. And, that's how we practice. So, you know, that shouldn't just be a shocker to them. But I thought it was the difference, one of the differences in our game the other night, you know, because Auburn is, their philosophy's different. You know, they're slower, they huddle, that's what they practice against for a month, and all of a sudden you play the tempo that we were able to play at. It's hard to simulate that in practice. And I think that was a plus for us. Now, the big thing for us offensively is we only had 1 3 and out. You know, that's the whole key for us, is avoiding 3 and outs. Our stat last year was when we didn't have a 3 and out, when we got a first down, we scored 62% of the time. And, so that's a big, big part, a big emphasis every week, is trying to minimize 3 and outs. Even though we may not score, but the field position back, not putting your defense right back out there. Those are things that avoiding 3 and outs will help you.
Other teams-wise, what was your assessment on your kick return and your punt return?
Punt return was fine. I mean, we had good opportunities. I mean, you know, all this. You see all this shield punt now. When you saw us go, this is the first time we've ever done shield punt. I don't know if y'all noticed that or not, but this is the first time we've ever done that. You know, we've always been a pretty traditional punt formation, and the reason we went to the shield is because you know we couldn't hardly ever get a punt return because bad balls and because of the shield, they're on you so fast, and you have to defend that. It's a difficult huddle to defend. You know, covering all the eligibles, the fakes that can come off of it. It's hard to put. It's almost impossible to put 2 guys deep when you're facing a shield punt team. You can really expose yourself. We learned that with some fakes. And so, you know, that's one of the things that we studied all. We did work it all spring, and you know, Danny did a lot of research on that. We spent a lot of time talking about it. As, you know, Brent, when he came here, they did it at Oklahoma as well, and you know, you probably won't see a ton of returns as long as the operation of the punts are adequate. Tyler Shatner played 100-something snaps. Because he started all the offensive snaps, and he was on punt team too. We're going to try to see if we can find another big body for back there. But this first game, we were really trying to solidify some things. I thought our return was fine. I was disappointed. You know, I thought we made a bad decision with Martavis. You get the ball in the 25. I mean, that's a pretty good starting spot, and it sure beats the 15. If we're going to bring it out, you know, we got to be sure, and you can't hesitate. And he hesitated, and Jerron's got to help him. You know, and then we had one guy come free, and you know, our off returner did not see the hot guy. He's got to take that hot guy, and we had a chance to get something. But I was okay with the second one. The first one was a bad decision. So. Definitely room for improvement.
I think it's more advantageous to kick it with a little more loft and force teams to try and bring it out.
Depends on who you play it. If you're kicking at Sammy Watkins, I would say no. I mean, I hope people kick it to Sammy. I hope people kick it to Martavis. I really do. I hope they kick it to us. I mean, because I want us to return it. You know, I want us to return it because I think we have a chance to get it to the 30, the 35. We execute like we're capable of. But I don't think we'll see a lot of that. I hope we do. But from our standpoint, it's a decision that you have to make every week. Who's the return guys? Now, the one thing about it, I don't know if y'all noticed this or not, but it's the first time we've really, you know, we've had a game. So, I mean, them doggone coverage guys are on you in a heartbeat. First of all, you got to defend the huddle. You know, I mean, you know, because they could come out and they could bloop the ball or whatever. You have to defend that. And now, you know, once you know it, it's kicked. And you take those drops, you know, being closer, I mean, they are on you. And so those blocks are a little more difficult. And now I think the other thing that's going to be interesting as you watch it when those returns do happen, because I think you're going to see so many touchbacks. And now all of a sudden, these guys, you know, you have to really coach them like this, and you have to take your drops and protect like it's going to be returned. And you know, all of a sudden, you know, cry wolf, cry wolf, cry wolf, cry wolf, cry wolf. Well, and sure enough, they kick it a little short, and the guys are not quite as dialed in because he's kicked, you know, they hadn't defended one yet. And guys kind of lose that sense of urgency, and that's something that I think can create some issues along the way. Same thing with your coverage units. You know, they got to cover like it's going to be returned. You know, but you know, kick 10 out, and all of a sudden they don't have quite the sense of urgency, and here's the return coming. Maybe it just wasn't as good a kick or short or whatever. But from week to week, you got to make that decision. Who's their returners? Do you want to try to sky it and see if you can pin them down inside the 15? That's something that everybody's got to make a decision on.
After watching y'all's game and some of the other games over the weekend, to me at least it seemed like the new helmet rule could lead to other injuries beyond what they're trying to protect. Do you have that same kind of sense where it could lead to some other,
Such as?
potential, like somebody trying to rip a helmet off?
Yeah, well, I mean, that hadn't changed. And I guess maybe now that they know they got to go out, you know, maybe you'll see a little bit more of that. I guess it's probably a good thought. You know, it's definitely different. You know, just didn't really ever think about it in the past. Whereas now, a guy's got to leave the game. You know, your quarterback can go out on 3rd and 12, and the guy that's stone cold to come in there. It's a different deal. So we talked about it as a staff this weekend that, you know, we're gonna start trying to keep our guy warm, you know, while the defense is out there. Just some snaps and some tosses, you know, here and there, just to have a guy ready. Because again, most of the time when the quarterback goes down, he's hurt, or either you kind of have planned for it ahead of time. If he's hurt, he's down. You take snaps, you warm up. You know, when it's cold like that, it's totally different. That is a challenge at that position. If